So then you get the news that John Jones is vacating, and I mean, what was your initial reaction to that? Being the guy that was the number one contender, you hear the champion vacates a guy like John who you have history with. What goes through your mind?
My initial thought was like, that sucks. Like I guess I'm not going to get to fight him again. Maybe later, but I can't fight him now, so I'm fighting Jan.
Yeah, and from his perspective, do you get why he vacated? Like, do you understand it? Is it something that
I get it.
You're not necessarily holding against him?
Oh man, he wants to be as successful as he can, and he's hedging his bet here. Most probability to be the greatest of all time. He's the greatest light heavyweight of all time, but he wants to be the greatest fighter of all time. In order to do that, you need to move up, and you need to do all this crazy other stuff and all this. Apparently, 15 title defense isn't enough. So, I understand where he's coming from. I really do. I was just hoping that, I'd get another shot, but I'm getting a shot.
This is true.
I really am.
Do you feel like the fight that you guys had, do you think that maybe inched him closer to that move up to heavyweight, that he had a close fight with you, he had a close fight with Thiago, that these fights were getting closer and closer for him? Or do you think it's just more he's trying to, kind of extend his legacy past the division?
Yeah, I think, every decision we make is based off of experience. So what happened before was something that he was, it was all part of his whole thought process to move up. Our fight was a close fight. Thiago's fight was a close fight. So, like I said, he's hedging his bet, man. Like, it's getting close. So, let's make this move. Right now is the perfect time to do it. And he did it.
Yeah. And, is it frustrating at all for you that he's not going to be the guy that you end up, when that belt's wrapped around your waist, that he won't be the one standing next to you on the other side of the decision? Or, is that not something that really bothers you that much?
Nah, it is what it is, man. The goal has always been from the beginning, to have the belt. I've said it in many other interviews. It doesn't have to do with who it's against. Like, it didn't matter. It was John. It doesn't matter. It's Jan. Like, this is about me. This is about Dominick Reyes. And even, I win the belt in this fight, it's not going to be about, the next guy. It's going to be about me defending my belt and me being better and becoming better and, developing my own legacy. It truly is never about anyone else.
And he comes out and says, least watched title fight in UFC history. I mean, why is he doing that? Why is he coming after Usman and Gilbert Burns like that?
I don't know. Ben always talks shit. I think he just likes to troll, just in general. What do we know what the least watched title fight in UFC history was? That's got to be out there, right? Harrington, look that up really quick. I would love to know what it was.
Yeah, no, but it just comes off as go on, Harrington.
On the men's side or the women's side, because there are some rough ones on the women's side.
Oh, yeah, just whatever, Harrington. Just look up the men's. Ignore the women.
It's Valentina versus Jessica. Okay, yeah. I'll keep looking.
Yeah. I totally forgot what I was going to say because Harrington dived in there. Was men or women? Fuck me, Harrington. No. Ben Askren just comes across as very sour there when he's doing that. You're retired now. You are a retired fighter, so don't shit on fights that are happening. You don't do that. Do you know what I mean? So Bionic Ben, who incidentally called me out for he just called me out for a fight. He said, "I'll fight you, Bisping, for the Bionic belt," and I responded, no, he said, "I'll battle you, Bisping, for the Bionic belt." And I responded, "Well, it wouldn't be much of a battle, Ben." So, but Ben, come on, don't come on Ben, like that. That's a little mean.
The retirement of Daniel Cormier. You know what? I there's certain ways you can look at this, and I know a lot of people saying, and Dana saying that he thinks he can fight on, and he could, because he just lost to the very best guy there was in his weight class where he's fighting. So, and he didn't lose by much. It was a 1 round, difference. But there comes a point where everyone has you got to look and say exactly what DC said. Mm-hmm. Every fight that he goes into now, he's a little bit less.
Yeah.
He's not quite as good. And that's when he's training hard for that fight. And the guys that he's going to be fighting, they're all getting better. Mm-hmm. And so, we always talk about it, where those roads meet, because DC's coming down and that fighter's coming up, and do they meet when they're actually crossed over there? And so it's the right decision. He is a class athlete throughout, not only his MMA career, throughout his entire athletic career, especially with wrestling. I'm not talking about his high school football. I don't know anything about that, but throughout his wrestling career, throughout his MMA career, you take a look at the way he has comported himself. That guy was in the USADA program for, it had to be 20 years.
That's what he said. Yeah.
And not once did he ever fail a test. You look and you go, man, what a class athlete, what a great representative for the sport. And that's the best part, is that will not end. He will still be a fantastic representative for the sport of MMA. So congratulations on an incredible career, Daniel. You are a champion through and through. That will never change. Whenever anyone thinks about you as a fighter, they're going to say that dude was a double champ. He was a class competitor. He always came and gave everything he had. You can't ask for anything more. Enjoy your retirement.
Alistair, you have a ton of experience and you have lived a lot of things in this sport, but if you had to rank the craziest things that happened to you in your career, where would you put the fights during the pandemic?
The pandemic is not all that bad, right? Right now, it's kind of like business as usual. The only thing is there's no fans. It's a little bit more quiet and calm. In the beginning of the pandemic, it was kind of end of the world and everybody was panicking a little bit, but in the end, it was not all that bad, right? Compared to what the news made you believe it was going to be. So, where do I rate this? Average. It's right in the middle.
Yeah. So you're getting used to. So you're getting used to this new normality in the fight week.
Well, it is my second fight. It's a little bit different than last fight, May 16. But no, it's all good to me. I'm not.
I'm talking. Okay, I'm talking about the fight. What you should watch out for Augusto Sakai?
Well, he's dangerous. He puts a lot of pressure. He's like a tank. He can take a shot. So I just need to fight my fight, and I need to not fight his fight.
And this is going to be Sakai's first 5-round fight. So would you try to make it a long fight and take him to the later rounds, or do you think that you have an advantage there?
Taking him to deep waters. No. I definitely think the longer the fight goes, the more advantage I have. Cardio and shape is excellent. So let's see what